Hello everyone, Alec DeLorean here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Now today we have episode 2 of our Road to Kyber series. Episode 1, we did get to Erodium 2. Now in this one, I did the calculations before. We have 7 games per episode, and to get a rank up, we need to win 6 times. So we only are allowed to lose once. Now, I'm not going to say what happens, but we'll see what happens, eh? Now, before we get into the video, if you enjoy this content, this series, and all things Star Wars Hunters related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the ranked gameplay. Episode 1 was fantastic. I'm hoping the games go just as fun. We're starting off with power control on Vandal Railyard. I pick up Slingshot for this one, meaning I know I'm going to have a good game. Or at least you would hope so after I hype up playing Slingshot and power control so much. They also don't have a healer, so I have a feeling it will be a short game. I speed off and capture B at the start, with only needing to deal with Aaron Tall, which is easy for Slingshot, and I chase him down and kill him on my way to capture A. I noticed we still have B and C, so my plan was to try and delay them at A for as long as I could. This worked for a long time, and it took all 4 of them to finish me off. But by then we were already 40 to 0% up. Okay, well, I did not last a second there. Somehow, when I respawned and went back to A to recapture it, they had taken both B and C and had a little bit of domination. Not sure how that happened. They're dominating, no! I went past B and straight to C, only to have to deal with Amara Vex and her ultimate. Luckily for me, I'm a tank with a shield, and she doesn't last long. We go back to domination as I'm fighting Aaron Tall, so they only got 15% on the board. Things were looking good. Even more so that they were spawning where I already was, so I could be a nuisance again and waste as much time as I could before dying. I used this opportunity to use my ultimate to get a kill, but then die to Aaron Tall's, though he runs off like a kid who just heard the ice cream van and didn't try to capture the point, leaving us in domination. This obviously set them back as we were able to stay dominating until victory. No sweat was made during this game. I was going to kill him then, I'm sure. Stats-wise looked bad, with only 4 kills, 2 deaths, and 2,200 damage, but I played my part well, so that's all that matters. This got us 317 RP into Erodium 2, meaning we weren't going to derank if we lost the next game. Next match is Squad Brawl on Mos Espa Way Station. I wasn't sure who to pick, so I waited to see what others chose, until I decided on Diago. Better to use him on Squad Brawl than any other game mode, and once again they didn't have a healer, so I felt like this was going to be an automatic win for us, or at least was praying for that. Repping the new Imperial skin for him, I grapple up to the ledge I like to play at with him and wait for the enemies. Utuni was feeling brave and tried to come close and kill me, but I had other plans by quick scoping him like I was in Call of Duty and eventually killing him with my mine. Hopefully he will have learned his lesson. The power of the bomb compels you. I saw them again later on with Chaos, and I thought I would finish him off before they could do any harm to my teammates he was close to. Got a nice headshot on you. I then flanked up behind a low health Chaos and was easy pickings for me. Got him! Not long after, the Amara Vex grappled to me, but then was ghosting me by just trying to run away, which was a mistake as I 2-shot her back to the training camp. When I finally regrouped with my team, Chaos instantly ulted and killed me without any time to think. Oh god, okay. I used my ult later on, killing Sentinel and getting an assist on Chaos, to then Utuni trying to use their ultimate in my back garden. So me and Zaina had a fun little game of hide and seek until their ultimate ran out, in which I then finished them off. You is dead! You is dead! Get outplayed, son! I did get to catch out Utuni again near the end, but Chaos instantly finished me off. Got him! Ah! Then, not long after, we gained victory. That should be a kill. Nice, GG. I had a great game of 9 kills, 2 deaths, and 3,000 damage. I guess that was mostly on Utuni. This got us 321 RP, coming up to halfway into Erodium 2. Okay, dynamic control. The best mode. This time, we are back on Vandal Railyard. Potentially my favorite map along with Vader's Castle. Unfortunately, I noticed this was a bot match, so I thought I picked the best hunter in the game, Sentinel. Surely he can bring me to victory? I get to the zone, instantly die. What a fantastic start. Okay, I'm already dead. Nice. I get back to the zone to try and stop them from scoring points, knowing I was going to die, which is exactly what happened. I then tried to keep my distance as I knew they were just going to keep the first zone until it ended. Unfortunately, Aaron Tall noticed me and came back to pick my pockets and leave me in the dust. I then started malfunctioning, and okay. I died on the next zone again. This is a bot match. Why am I so bad? We were now starting to get points on the board, no thanks to me. The next zone started to get a bit better as we were able to hold them off for longer and actually overtake them, no thanks to me again. At the next zone, I tried to concentrate on Aaron Tall, but there was a turret to finish me off while I was off in my own world. I finally had a good play this match in killing Sprocket and slapping Aaron Tall off the map and then finishing off the other two bots. About damn time I showed up. I then got to the next zone early and concentrating on hitting enemies into the train or off the map, which seemed to have worked as we got to victory with the very last second on this zone. Yes! Oh my god, I thought we were going to lose that. Oh. I must have had a better second half of the game as I went 22 kills, 6 deaths, and 4,900 healing. Most of my deaths were definitely on the first two zones. This got us a nice 342 RP, passing the halfway mark of Erodium 2. Maybe we can actually get promoted this episode? Dynamic control again, but this time on Ewok Village. I decided to go Sprocket on the mode to find out someone chose Scorer, and then someone chose Zaina? 3 supports? I think we're throwing. There's no way we win this. It's a bit of a mess at the first zone, throwing all of my buffs, nerfs, and heals at the start to find out we all die. Finish him off. Now I've been stunned. I managed to kill a Reeve when I spawned who had her eyes on Scorer, but as soon as I got to the zone with Sentinel, their slingshot ulted me and killed me. We were down 30 to 4%, but I got to the second zone early, hoping my teammates would arrive to help before the enemies. I then pop off my ultimate and pop off myself, securing 2 kills to enable us to do some catching up on the scoreboard. And I killed... okay. Though they then arrived in force and kicked us all out before we could make any real progress. By the third zone, they had a giant lead and I had 0 confidence in winning. We did push them off when I used my ultimate, which also cancelled out their scorer's ultimate. I did die on the way to the next zone, but I came back just in time to use my heal and ultimate to supply some pressure. We started to put some pressure on them in the game as when they got to 99%, we gave them a last stand. However, they were able to see us out. Defeat was inevitable. Even though the match wasn't in our favor, I had a lot of fun and did very well, getting 8 kills, 6 deaths, 3,400 damage, and 5,100 healing. This match lost us 122 RP, getting us back to basically 50% of our current rank. For the next game, we got dynamic control for the 3rd time in a row, but we were on Moss Esper pod race. I decided not to instantly pick someone after being traumatized from the last match. Eventually, I got the pick I wanted anyway, getting Sprocket. We got to the first zone on time as a team. I was instantly feeling good about this, as their team weren't as in sync as us, though the fighting was a bit of a stalemate because no one was attacking the healers, so no one was dying. So I put some pressure on by tickling Scorer. This was the turning point as she died and we were able to clean up because of this, securing the first zone and points. Unfortunately, our Sentinel died on the way to the next zone, so we were a man down in the first team fight. Though, we held our own against them. Only I died, and my team were able to clean up. As soon as I got back there, I died, but they lost a point. Luckily for me, I instantly spawned on the next zone. Now, that's a bit OP. They had a load of trouble trying to get onto this zone as they were all dying, but none of us were. The perfect situation. Even more so if you look at how well our score was looking. Me and Slingshot got to the next zone earlier against their Aaron Tall, but we made short work of him and anyone else who tried to claim the zone. Hello, Scorer. We then marched on to one of the most dominant wins of 100-0. What a team. Nice, 100-0. That's crazy. And there weren't even bots. I had a good game with 3 kills, 2 deaths, 10 assists, and 3,900 healing. This got us a lovely 326 RP, getting us only 2 wins away from promotion. Alright, squad brawl time on Vespara Row. I wasn't feeling Scorer or Sprocket on this map, so I ended up picking Zaina since a lot of this map is close quarters, but I needed that survivability that Sprocket doesn't have if I am caught out alone. It's an instant push as Groz goes charging in and I try to keep him alive, but too little too late. At least we got the trade back on Umara Vex, while nearly dying myself. I come back to help out the team and we start to dominate as we clean up their players one by one comfortably. All was going well since Groz's initial death as enemies are all coming into us one by one, which is a giant mistake as we were killing them too fast for us to get worried about anything. It is the same story throughout this whole match. We move on to an enemy as a group, they get melted, find the next enemy, and repeat. I was even getting a few kills here and there. I even got into a position where I was behind Sentinel and he tried turning around to kill me, but his sensitivity must have been set by a snail as he couldn't turn around to kill me and eventually died before even looking at me. Nope. Not much happens after that point other than some off-screen kills. I guess there's nothing else to say except, yay, we won. Nice! Very, very good win. Oh my god. You can tell it was a crazy game when we got 0 deaths and 2 people on their team had 0 kills. I don't think they were bots at the start of the game, so they clearly rage quit. But this got us 321 RP, getting us a promotion chance in the next match. The final game of the episode. Can we get promoted 2 episodes in a row? Game 7. Promotion chance. Dynamic control. Again. On Vandal Railyard. It was looking good. All until I saw it was a bot game. No. It was essentially me as Sentinel versus Scorer, so not a bad matchup for us really, but you already know I'm not a good Sentinel, so I don't know why I keep choosing him. Just like the last time we tried getting the first zone, but end up losing again. I think it might be better to be Scorer for bot games, because she can do both healing and damage when necessary. Okay, the Scorer is keeping everyone alive. When I respawned, I was in a great place to flank, stun, and kill Scorer, which is exactly what I did. Unfortunately, it was for nothing as the zone moved. On the bright side, it happened again, so I was able to stun and kill Scorer on zone 2. Their team then decided to mass use their ultimates and wipe us all out. These bots are clearly on comms. Okay, well, that's fine. I was too far away to get there in time when I respawned, so I decided to wait for the third zone. It kind of worked as their Scorer ulted and I wasn't able to initially kill her, but we then cleaned up each enemy after that. On the next zone, their Reeve decided to ult us all again. Their bots are insane, clearly. Luckily, just before I died, I managed to whack their J3 into the train for a free kill. Did I kill him? Yes, I killed the Jedi at least. We couldn't make any progress on this zone, so I moved early to the next, in which I walked backwards into Scorer to then die. I have a bad feeling about this. Though, when I came back, we did clean up quite well and were able to start capping some points for ourselves. Though it wasn't enough as we struggled on the next zone and then also the next zone after that. I don't really want to show anything that happened there other than just me getting destroyed. Then they got to the final zone early and gave us our first defeat. No promotion this episode. No! Oh, that was really, really rough. I even had a better game than the last bot game with 22 kills, 6 deaths, and 7,600 damage. My bots just didn't make any game-changing moments like their Reeve, clearly. We got hit with minus 103 RP, leaving us with plus 1,402 RP gained this episode. Well, there you have it. We don't get a Rhodium 1 this episode because of a bot match. It wasn't meant to be, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll get it next episode. We'll get at least 1 win. Oh, 2 wins, whatever. But yeah, I won't keep you any longer. So if you enjoyed this video, this series, and all things Star Wars Hunters related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.